our names on my hit list. Mom still say what he wants to. Pussy still wet like a big bitch. I should run a whole blog at this rate. They using my name for clickbait. Bitches even wanna start fake beef. Instead of little weave in the mixtape. They know I'm the bomb, they're taking me off. Say anything to get a response. I know that mean they traffic is slow. Somebody just gotta practice to launch. So fuck being tame, they'd rather be wild. Bitches is bendy, they wanna be down. Soon as these bitches got something to sell, they say my name, Destiny Child.
Acquitted in 2008. He's basically said that he intimidated witnesses.
I agree with him on that. There was a lot of intimidation. You know, I think he was acquitted not because he was innocent, because they clearly said that was him on the tape, but they also
That's a lie.
said that they were unable to prove beyond reasonable doubt that was a 14-year-old, being that the girl did say under oath that it wasn't her, even though, you know, I testified that it was her, and it was, because, you know, I've had a sexual act with them as well. So
Michael Avenatti submitted a
So you admit you had sex with an underage girl. And they're comfortable letting you admit this. Okay.
second video to the state's attorney in Chicago, and it described in lurid detail what is on that video. Did you read about the description, and does that ring true to you?
yeah, honestly, what he stated thus far and what I know, it's very familiar to me, what he's talking about. You know, I feel like they have a very strong case.
The book is Surviving the Pied Piper, The Untold Story.
Yes.
My understanding is you can
Okay, let's get to your book that you're trying to sell. Right.
pre-order this in your website.
There's some really good stuff in there. There's a story about me and Foxy Brown. It's really interesting, about her giving me a hard time during the concert that I actually, his tour that I actually was a part of. Where he pulled me out of the
Hold on, I'm
crowd.
sorry. Now you brought that up. Did she give you a hard time saying you should be getting away from him? What was?
No. This is when I was dating him. She would tell the whole show to everyone in the audience. I don't know why she would do that, other than Rob said that she actually wanted to date him.
So after Lisa Van Allen name dropped Keith Muriel again in the Vlad interview, that just got my curiosity going. See, again, that's what they do when they do these videos. They just put people like me up on game. So quite naturally, I get to searching. So let's go back 2008. So, let's get to Keith Muriel. In March 2007, she called Kelly about the sex tape she took and said it was not in her possession. An associate of hers in Kansas City, Keith Muriel, had it. So, in March 2007, she called him. Not he found out and contacted her. She called him with this whole extortion plot. She offered to arrange for its retrieval. She offered to arrange. Why was she offering? Because she was looking for money. Kelly offered $250,000 for the tape. She said, "He tried to offer me money. I did not extort him." So, did you ask for $250,000? Her ex-fiance, Yule Brown, and Muriel flew to Chicago to exchange the tape and the payment, she said. Once Kelly's business manager, Daryl McDavid, saw the video and verified it to be legitimate, she and Muriel were paid $20,000 cash. Kelly said the remainder of the $250,000 would be paid upon receipt of original tape. So that leads me to believe they were showing a copy. And clearly we see that, as R. Kelly said, he didn't see the tape. His manager was handling this deal. Lisa Van Allen is an admitted thief and liar who wouldn't know the truth if she tripped over it. It's funny she tries to downplay her involvement in this whole blackmail extortion plot. But either way it go, her hands are dirty, from sleeping with a minor to selling this tape back to Daryl McDavid. Not to mention passing it on to somebody else. If there was any crime committed here, it was her attempt to extort money from R. Kelly, McDavid said in a statement. Adam again accused Van Allen and Yule of cooking up a scheme to get money from Kelly, as alleged by Van Allen's former boyfriend, Damon Pryor. Pryor popped up as a surprise potential witness for the defense last week, stalling Van Allen's testimony. He is the father of her 5-year-old daughter and convicted of identity theft. Whose identity did he steal? I wonder. Pryor served time in federal prison for bank fraud. Brown also has a federal fraud conviction. So you have all these fraudsters sitting around plotting on R. Kelly, and he's the fucking criminal. Do you have something that they have to have federal conviction for fraud before you're interested in them? Adam asked Van Allen. With a haughty smirk and chuckle, she laughed in response to his question. Part of the scheme was bribe Kelly out of millions and for Brown to get assistance with his own legal woes in Georgia, Adam said. Cook County prosecutors were contacted several times in March by Brown after he was recently charged in Georgia with having a loaded AK-47 and drugs in the couple's home. He pled guilty and received probation instead of the 22 years in prison he faced. So it sounds like a whole lot of people got motives to try to frame R. Kelly for this so-called crime to get out of their own crimes. But let's go back to Keith Muriel, because that was the point. See how so many people just come up in this bullshit? More colorful characters descend on R. Kelly trial, was this headline back in 2008. As R. Kelly's child pornography trial slowly turns into the 23rd chapter of Trapped in the Closet, 2 men from Kansas City are en route to Chicago, where they're expected to give an explosive press conference tomorrow that will purportedly be big news and reveal all. Keith Muriel and Charles Freeman are former associates of Kelly and Lisa Van Allen, the woman who testified Monday, who have been accused by Kelly's lawyers of extortion and faking the sex tape at the center of the trial. And that's what I've been looking for, because that's what I thought. See, I'm the type of person that like to bring my opinion with some facts. And this is a fact because this is an article from 2008. And it's not the only article, as you could see. As I was saying, let's go to my live. How about that? Now, what I find strange is that A couple nights ago, I slid on over on their page and I crept on a little bit of convo. And once I shared a couple posts, it's funny how I end up blocked. It looked like to me they're looking for their moment in the spotlight. Why you block me though? Let me show you what I found. This lady done did multiple interviews saying she gave the tape to Keith, but conveniently, when she get her monk ass on Surviving R. Kelly, the bitch want to talk about, I gave it to someone I befriended. Man, stop fucking playing. See, what had happened was Keith Muriel had his little group, and him and R. Kelly and all them, they were touring, and maybe he just felt because his little moment in the spotlight didn't pan for touring, and maybe he just felt because his little moment in the spotlight didn't pan off the way he had expected. So when I seen his name pop up again, I come on to his page and see that, you know, they pretty much been living in fairyland, just thinking about all the past ever since. See, 2014, like, it's time to let that shit go. But why these people aren't being subpoenaed in this case? Because they were there, and according to Lisa Van Allen, she gave this man right here the sex tape. So what's going on? They say, who's playing them in the R. Kelly movie, though? He said, this was 34 weeks ago. He says, yo, I need a copy. Wow, I've been looking everywhere for this. Talking about the video above. Wilford says, might have to ask y'all big homie if he still kept a copy. He probably got to go through them other tapes first to find it. And I just realized he got to be talking about R. Kelly with that little comment, because then he comes back and says this. That not him on the tape. Wilfred Barrett. Let's see who this is. I'm gonna have to check him out on another time. Keith says, come on, TBE, if it wasn't for Rachel Dion, we would have been the biggest stars in the world, laughing out loud. And so I went on her page. You know what's funny? This lady right here seems to have I don't know, this little weird obsession. You see, she seems to like Tank. And apparently this isn't a real photo. She has somehow photoshopped it. So my thing is this. Something ain't right here. See, Lisa Van Allen says she gave the tape to Keith Van Allen. He talking about if it was... My bad. I mean Keith Muriel. Wasn't for this lady right here, they would have been stars. Come on now. Somebody gonna have to... Can we get a subpoena? Let's see what's going on, cause I ain't never heard this part. Ha ha ha, what did she do? Tell Rob he had to stop showering, y'all? Ha ha. Rachel Dion. Tuffy may have a copy. Y'all would have been on Surviving R. Kelly. Yep, they would have been victims with pending cases. Keith said, I didn't know that. Okay, thanks. Then he comes back and say, y'all gonna make Sony Black hide. Who is Sony Black? Sony Black dying, he must have testified about it. Y'all need to share your story. Surviving R. Kelly, the men speak out. So y'all trying to get y'all a little story on Surviving R. Kelly? Like what? This shit, it's not making no sense. It seems a little bit fishy to me. You got Masons popping out left and right, you know, Freemasons. Like, I'm just seeing a lot of red flags around here now. That's all I'm saying. This shit ain't seeming right.